Hi guys, I'm Ahana and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through how to conduct a culture fit interview. If that sounds good to you, then keep on watching. Culture fit is just as important as technical competency. Good corporate cultures have shown to increase employee engagement, productivity, and even team performance. Culture is some combination of the company values, ideals, mission, and attitudes. It's kind of how your team operates on a day-to-day basis. No two companies will have the exact same culture because every company has its own unique goals and way of doing things. The culture is generally shaped by the founders and the early team members, which is why it's so important to think about even if you are an early stage company. Even if you haven't formally set your company values, which can actually be a super helpful exercise to do early on, you'll still have some idea of how you work and how you'd like to mold your company based on your own personal values. To put it simply, what do you like about the people that you like? And conversely, what didn't you like about the people that you didn't like? This is often a great starting point to figure out the type of person you want to hire from a culture fit perspective. So, how do you navigate these conversations or interviews with people to tell if they will be a good culture fit or not? Your fit interview should last for ideally an hour. You should focus on keeping it conversational and asking open-ended questions. Really try to get to know the person that you're talking to. I'm going to provide you with a framework. 5 buckets of topics that you should center your questions around to get a good feel for how this candidate will fit into your company. I'll also share a few examples in each of these buckets to help you get your conversation started. You should let the conversation flow, so do remember to follow up on your questions and delve deeper into the candidate's answers. And with that, let's jump into the framework. Bucket number 1, motivation. What makes this person tick? What drives them? What motivates them to push through difficult times? This can be a range of things. It could be money, it could be autonomy, it could be impact. You need to think about what aligns most closely to you and your team. Some questions you can ask the candidate to get a sense for their motivation include: what caught your interest about this opportunity? What keeps you motivated? What gets you up in the morning? Tell me about a time when you ran into a challenge and persevered. Why did you persevere? Tell me about a time when you were super excited about something. The second bucket you should cover are the candidate's goals. What does this person want out of life, out of their career? Getting an understanding of their goals will also help you realistically evaluate whether the position that you are offering can really help them achieve those goals. If you know that deep down, the experiences that they'll gain in this position will not bring them closer to what they want to achieve, it's pretty likely that they won't be very motivated to do the job in the first place. Therefore, they're probably not a fit. Examples of questions here are: what are you looking to learn in the short term, in the long term? What is your dream job? How have you changed in the last 5 years? Are your goals the same as they always were? If they've changed, why have they changed and how have they changed? The third bucket is collaboration. How well does this person work in a team? Working with other people is absolutely crucial. Examples of questions you can ask here are: tell me about a time when you had a conflict with a colleague. Tell me when you influenced another person to do something. What have you learned from someone around you? How do you make decisions? What's the superpower that you bring to a team? What 3 words would colleagues use to describe you? Would you describe yourself differently to how your colleagues describe you? The fourth bucket of questions is all around understanding their ideal work environment. What kind of an environment really helps them thrive? Is it autonomy? Is it flexible working hours? Is it a lot of structure? Is it clear direction from management? Is it that it allows for a work-life balance? Questions you can ask here are: what does your ideal work environment look like? What matters to you most in a workplace? What does work-life balance mean to you? Tell me about a time when you weren't given clear direction on a piece of work. What did you do? Asking these questions will really help you gauge whether they're a fit. Do they need to be micromanaged? Can you afford to micromanage someone at the stage that you're at? Even on the practical point, can you offer remote working? Can you offer flexible work? Can you offer travel? It all comes back to motivation. Your team will be more motivated if they're satisfied. And you need to ensure that the work environment that you've set up really brings out the best in people and satisfies them as much as it possibly can. And the fifth bucket you want to touch on is feedback. Being able to both give and receive feedback is super important. Asking around feedback will give you a sense of how this candidate takes feedback. Do they welcome it and act on it? Do they get aggressive? Do they blindly take on all suggestions without thinking critically? As we go through our careers, we're all learning and we're all growing. So judging how well someone takes feedback is a crucial thing for you to do as the employer. Questions you can ask here include, what was some feedback you received that changed something in how you worked? What was some feedback you received that you disagreed with? Why? Tell me about a time when you've been unhappy with someone on your team. What did you do? How do you go about giving feedback to your colleagues? So these were some of my tips as to how to conduct a culture fit interview. I've still got a lot to learn on this topic, and I welcome any suggestions of anything else that you think is really important for a culture fit interview. Maybe you can even share the best question you've ever been asked in an interview in the comments below. I think personally one of the wackiest questions I was asked in a fit interview was when I was interviewing for a banking role, and the interviewer said, "Most people apply to banking for money. How do I know that's not your reason?" I honestly don't remember how I answered it, but I got the job in the end. How would you go about answering a question like that? Write it down in the comments below. Alright, so that's all for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.